baby should say that I no longer need the way. I miss how close we used to be. I'm skeptical about you and me. But when I hear your bass beat,
accident occurred in 1989. I was shot in the face with a shotgun. I lost my sight instantly.
Hello?
After I lost my sight, I had this attitude that nothing can stop me. I ended up in the Department of Correction here in North Carolina. You're talking about, I done exactly about 11 years. Can you imagine this waking up every day like, I wonder what's gonna go down today or what's gonna happen to me today? For a blind man in prison, there wasn't too many options, and I knew I wanted to make a change, but the opportunities was not there. My deepest desire while I was in prison was to contribute to society and pay it back to them.
When I lost my eyesight, I lost my identity of who I thought I was or was going to be or could be. It was just like I didn't exist anymore. I did not know how to make my world back my world again. I lost my left eye within 2 operations, but I've had 36 surgeries on my right eye. Was not really prepared to lose all my vision. I did a lot of things that I wouldn't be able to do anymore. It was just too diabolical for me to take the next step to go forward. I didn't know where that step was. I got very depressed, and I didn't feel I was worthy anymore. I couldn't look at my children. I couldn't see my children. I literally wanted to die. I was always the one that took care of everything, that did everything. I just couldn't understand why me, why me.
I was a truck driver for about 8 years. I started losing vision and decided, it wasn't safe anymore for me to drive. It went from driving around the country to sitting at home in my living room. I started getting depressed, gained a lot of weight, had a heart attack. I was usually asked to try to drive people places, and now I'm the one asking for a ride. It really took a toll on me. I felt all alone, like nobody understood what I was going through. I didn't fit in because I needed a little help. San Antonio Lighthouse was the first people to contact me and say that they were willing to help.
We actively seek out people in the local area that meet our criteria for being legally blind or visually impaired, and we provide them a job opportunity. And then we provide them the skills training, the vocational training, and any of the adaptive technology that they would need to be successful in the job that we've hired them for.
My job title is stalker, but I also help with the deployment letters to help the guys find what they need in the store. The Lighthouse was willing to see what my visual impairment was and to help me with tools that I needed to work with.
NIB is our parent organization. They're the umbrella for which all the lighthouses fall under. When we get a priority for federal contracts and for buying, then that allows us to employ blind labor. It allows us to manufacture goods that our soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines are going to use when they go downrange. Not only that, it allows us to contribute to the security of our nation, actually. It's awesome.
By me being blind, I was assigned to a social worker, and they came to me and said, hey, we have an opportunity for you. And they was telling me that it was a manufacturing plant that sews military apparel for our men and women in the military. The opportunity felt like it was my best way to contribute and give back. It was a challenge, but it wasn't a challenge because I wanted to work. I wanted to contribute.
70% of adults who are blind who are able to work, they're unemployed. At IFB Solutions, we believe in that pathway to success. We just take a sighted person's job, a sewing machine for instance, and we can add just the slightest little adjustment so that a blind person can do that same job.
IFB Solutions was the very first place that opened their doors to me to accept me the way I am. They told me that they had a sewing position available, and I said, sewing? How does somebody blind sew? They made me feel very welcomed and actually as though I was important to them. I hadn't felt that in a long time. We want you here, so you don't worry about it. You just stay calm and we'll teach you if you have the capacity to learn.
My biggest desire in my life was to be able to work without being questioned or criticized because of my disability. My self-esteem was so low. Depression was so bad.
The trainers did not give up on me. If one could not get me to accomplish what they wanted done, another one took over.
National Industries for the Blind is this amazing umbrella, right? With all of these agencies underneath it, about 100 agencies, and they act as the gatekeeper between the need of the military and the federal government and IFB Solutions, who's gonna make that product with the highest quality.
IFB Solution started this Army combat shirt for Massif maybe 8 or 9 years ago.
Before I was able to work on this, there was some modification. There was 3 foot pedals because
I was one of the first blind people that introduced this particular shirt for the Army. They came to me and said, "Hey Rod, we need you to help us figure out how to make it accessible for a blind or vision impaired person to work on this Army combat shirt." After the modifications, we were able to produce over 1,000 of these a day. And man, that made us feel good.
When I was put into ACS and we started on the combat shirt, it was a real question mark because it does require a great deal of sewing. For everything that's done on here, there's a person that's done it. One shirt takes about 30-some people doing the shirt. It makes me feel like my heart is filling up again. Yes, our soldiers are our backbone of our country. And so we need to protect them and take care of them the best that we can. Our little community sticks together to get that accomplished. And it's a good feeling.
I served in the Army from 1972 to 1975, and there was a lot of negativity. There was a lot of protests against the war. But I was always so proud to be serving our country. And now IFB Solutions gives me the opportunity to serve our military now. And I think that's going a full circle. Making these shirts for our men and women that are serving our country now means the world to me. I want that shirt to be as good as it can be.
Being blind, I had to figure out a way to do some of the things I do now, and especially bowling. And I learned how to do it and then roll with it. I took my eyesight for granted. And, just seeing everyday colors and things like that. I'm probably one of the coolest persons you'll ever meet. I just love life. When people see what blind people can do, their minds are blown.
This opportunity has changed my life in so many ways. My self-esteem has skyrocketed. I just feel alive again. If San Antonio Lighthouse hadn't come along, I really don't know where that depression would have taken me. Kind of feel like they've saved my life.
My self-esteem level is so far through the roof. I feel worthy again. I pay taxes, I vote, my opinion matters. It just means the world to me that I was able to even find a place like this to be able to work.
IFB Solutions gave me a chance to get my self-worth back. It was my first step out of my hole of despair and my loss, just feeling lost within myself. They helped me find me again, the Lynn I've always known. They were my lifeline when I didn't even think I had it left anymore, They just really were.
National Industries for the Blind are out there telling our story every day to those people that are in power to make decisions over appropriations and decisions for set-asides and job placements and those things that are important to us as an industry. And they tell our story every day, and they tell it very well.
Everybody needs somebody. To me, IFB Solution is a family. They gave me an opportunity when I didn't think there was an opportunity out there, Because when I walked in here and other blind people accepted me with open arms, I said, I'm at home.